All right, so we're interviewing Michal Kuczkowski. Am I pronouncing your last name right?
You know, almost.
Almost. Yeah. How do you pronounce the last name?
Kuczkowski.
Oh, I can't say that.
Yeah,
but I did learn that the ski in Polish means you're a male, and ska means you're a female, right? Because I always wondered those last names, Polish last names are always ski or ska. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And I found out the females are called ska at the end, and the male is called ski.
It's true. No one understands, you know. Why?
Yeah, they don't have that over here. So we're going to have a good conversation today. We're going to go over some tips, some hacks that we have taught you using NEPQ, neuro-emotional persuasion questions. And we're going to allow everybody on here to write down those tips and hacks that we have taught you, being one of our advanced NEPQ 3.0 members. Now, if you guys don't know who Michal is actually the #1 salesperson in his company, an insurance company out of Norway. And I believe there's a few thousand reps in your company, right? It's not like some small company of 5 people and you're the #1 guy, right?
It's the biggest in Scandinavia, actually.
Yeah, so it's the biggest insurance company that you sell for in all of Scandinavia. And in fact, you know, in your country of Norway, there's probably around 10,000 or so people in your industry, salespeople you're competing with, and you're like one of the top few in that entire industry now. But a couple years ago, you weren't there at the very top, right?
Oh, it was horrible.
It was horrible. All right, so we're gonna talk about that, and then I'm gonna ask Michal some questions, and he's gonna give you some different questions that we have taught him in the NEPQ, Advanced NEPQ 3.0. And I want to make sure everybody on here is writing those down, okay? Please write those down if you want to learn how to sell more. If you're brand new to any of our lives, I'm Jeremy Miner. We're going to get into Michal real quick. I'm Jeremy Miner. I'm the founder and chairman of 7th Level, and we are a global sales training company that helps people exactly like everyone on here, like you watching this right now. So we help salespeople like you. We help sales executives like you. We help sales management like you, sales leadership. We help entrepreneurs, coaches, whoever you are, anybody that has a product or service that you want to sell more of. And we transform the way you and your team sell by learning, like Michal knows, specific skilled questions and techniques that actually work with human behavior. And we're going to talk about what does that mean when I say work with human behavior rather than work against it. If we don't understand that, we're totally losing sales that we could be making, that our clients are making on a daily basis, like Michal, who are competing against other people in your industry, and you're outselling them 5 to 10 to 1. Okay, there's a reason why. I mean, he does look like a nice guy, especially with the penguin shirt on. It has to do with the penguin shirt on I just noticed that it's not Christmas, dude. What's going on over there?
Yeah, this is the gift, you know?
That's a secret to the success is his wonky shirt. So we're going to go over that. So we're going to go over, you know, how do you eliminate sales pressure where the prospect wants to open up to you, wants to engage with you, rather than trigger sales resistance where they go into fight or flight mode and they try to get rid of you or try to get to the point with you, and they just don't open up to you emotionally. Now, if you want to learn, if you're a sales professional or a sales executive, or if you're a sales manager right now, or a VP of sales or a C-level executive following us around, or you're the business owner yourself and you want your teams to sell a lot more than they are now, like you want to double, triple, quadruple your revenue, your profitability, or if you're an individual salesperson, just DM me directly, DM me during this call, DM me, and we can give you different training options for yourself, if you're an individual, or your teams, if you're a company, so you can sell more of what you're doing, okay? Rather than just working the same hours, selling exactly what you are now. Okay, now, all right, Michal, let's get over here. And like I said, you might hear some police sounds back here or firefighters. We're traveling. We're in the Upper East Side of New York City here. We're here till next, I think we go back to the office in Arizona on Tuesday. I can't wait to get back to the sunny weather. It's so freaking cold here. Michal, let's talk. Okay, so let's walk back because you're making a lot of money now. You make like $25,000 a month in commissions, which is really awesome, especially in your country because the industry you're in. And by the way, you sell what? You sell insurance, right?
Yes, all the private insurance like cars, travel, life insurance, mortgage.
Yeah.
So something like that.
Yeah. And you sell insurance, and the way you guys are paid over in Scandinavia is way different than how people in your industry are paid over in the United States. Because I looked at kind of what you're making compared to like what we have clients making in insurance, and you're outselling a lot of them. But if you're over here in the United States, you'd probably be at 50 or 60 grand a month in commissions right now with what you're selling, just so you know.
I think so.
You need to move over here, dude. I'm not sure what else.
I don't know.
But hey, 25 grand a month commissions in Norway is literally nothing to sneeze about. That is amazing. Like I said, you're the #1 salesperson in your entire company out of thousands of reps. Okay. And a lot of times when people talk about those numbers, they're like, well, that's just Michael. Like he wears really cool penguin shirts and his ears are really cool. But you know, I don't have cool penguin shirts or I don't have cool ears. I can't sell that much. Right. But nothing could be further from the truth. So walk us back. When did you first get into sales?
You know, my first experience was when I was 18 years old guy, and I started in Yellow Pages. I tried to solve the like advertising space in Yellow Pages. It was like 2003, I think so.
Okay.
And I was the worst guy in this company, and after 3 months, just kicked me off.
Okay. So that didn't go so well. Okay.
I was clueless.
Yeah. And then how did you get into the current industry you're in now?
You know, it's like in 2009, I had a friend who is Norwegian, and he told me 2 years before, in 2007, like, oh, you are a Polish guy. You have a huge opportunity in Norway because a lot of Polish people moving here. They maybe need Polish like insurance agents who can help them.
Yeah.
Oh, I had bad experience with sales, so maybe no.
Yeah.
Maybe not now, but in 2007 I started also to invest money in training because I was like 32 years old, and I thinking about what I can do in my future, and sale is the answer because you sell whole life, and if you have the right skills, you can do everything what you want and go wherever you want. So
whatever you want. So you got into the industry, and how did you, when you started getting into the industry, like how did you sell? What was going on that first year?
You know, I was selling in the old way, like Grant Cardone or other Brian Tracy guys, like pushy, like emotion, like I'm very motivated, you know. But I understand, like I don't need motivation. Yeah, I need the right knowledge.
Yeah, because you would get pumped up to make your call. As soon as the prospect answers the phone, if we don't know exactly what to say or ask that triggers them to want to engage and open up to us, all that motivation goes out the window pretty damn quick.
I remember when my boss told me, like, oh, Tony Robbins is very good. Yeah, I love Tony, but he doesn't help me in sale. I need knowledge, right?
You need to know what to say and what to ask and how to ask, like specific tactical skills, right? Not just motivating me to want to make calls, right? Because that's what we always say. Like, you will get internally motivated and have 100% confidence if you have the right skills. You don't need, I mean, hey, motivation's great, but it wears off extremely quickly if you don't have the right selling ability.
Yes, and then I love to see the dropping bombs with Bradley. And the first time I saw you 2 years ago, heard about you, I think about what is this guy, Jeremiah? Who is this guy? And I started to look at Google.
Yeah,
and I bought your first 20 days challenge. It was,
right. That was our first level product we launched like
NEPQ. So it was amazing for me. Something different than what I have learned for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And it changed my mind, and I started to follow up you and send you messages, and I want to learn more. And I started with NEPQ 2.0.
Yeah.
And boom. Everything changes.
What happened? Yeah. I mean, you got into just our beginning level, virtual training courses, NEPQ 2.0. And what happened to your income? Like well, first of all, besides income, what did you start noticing your prospects were doing towards you compared to how you used to sell?
They were more open to me, and they treat me like trusted authority. Yeah. That they feel like I try to help them, not to sell them. It was huge difference, and I was more relaxed, and I didn't understand how important is your tonality,
Yeah.
verbal pauses. This is very important. It's like 70% of your success is the right tonality.
Yeah. It's not even the right questions. It's how you're asking. Well,
Yes.
right questions are important, but it's how you're asking. It's delivery, right? So where did your income go from before NEPQ to just joining the first level 2.0 product?
I was a really average guy, $4,000-$5,000 every month in hustle. Every 7 days, 24 hours hustle. Just like fighting.
Yeah.
I remember when I am Matt Ryder explained like he was working every day and had headache to the end. It was the same with me.
Burnout.
I was
burned out.
Oh, it was horrible. But when I started to learn from you in NEPQ, I was more relaxed,
Yeah.
more relaxed, and more confident. Because
Yeah.
if you know what you say,
Yeah.
and you have the right knowledge, then you are a different person.
The collective confidence, right? You're not afraid to make calls because you know exactly what to do. The only reason why you're afraid to make sales calls or go talk to prospects is because you lack the right skills. So you encounter a lot of sales resistance and a lot of rejection. But if you have the right skills, you don't really have sales resistance. You don't really have rejection. So have 100%
over 34 years to understand that, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Almost, because you don't need motivation. You have the NEPQ, right knowledge.
Yeah.
And when I took the course 2.0 and I started to learn more, but I was hungry.
Yeah.
But I was also not so sure. 3.0 maybe. I'm not sure.
What did you even
in Norway, you know?
Tell me about 2.0 though. You went from 4 or 5 grand a month. What did you get? 10 to 15 then?
Yeah, 10, 15. And when you're number one, you are settled down a little bit and you think, I'm the king, the industry.
That's right, right? So you went from 5 grand a month to almost 15 grand a month. So you almost tripled by just going through the basic product 2.0. And then what triggered you to be like, you know what? I need to learn more. Like I need to sell more. I need to make more. What caused you to get into like advanced 3.0?
It was actually you, because I remember when you sent me a message on Messenger and you told me, hey guy, you are the king now, but you want to be king? The king of the kings. This is 10 hours, 2.0.
Yeah.
But 3.0 is much more. And you can talk with my guys like Bill and with me. And every Tuesday you can talk with me.
Yeah.
And you really smash me in my face. And my ego is not an amigo. So I think, okay, we give it a chance to Jeremy. We will see what's happened.
So you get into advanced 3.0, and what was the difference from going to, let's say you're averaging, because 2.0 got you from like 4 or 5 grand a month to probably averaging around 12 to 13 every month consistently. Now you're averaging around 25. That's almost doubling your numbers, doubling your sales. What was been the biggest result from 3.0 that you've learned that's caused you to double?
Ask the right question in the right time, and probing and clarify questions all the time, and listen people what they actually, not what they say, what they mean.
Yeah.
And guys when they're working with you, they explain me a lot of things. Like insurance actually is very easy to sell because playing on your feelings, very easy.
Yeah, your emotions.
Yes, emotions. So for me, they learn me how to ask like more emotion questions. Because you want to help people, you can ask sometimes.
So you started to learn from our group training, right? With our sales trainers with me. Also, the virtual training course goes from like 10 or 11 hours to 27. So it's advanced looping, advanced reframing, advanced objection handling, right? So you start learning all those advanced skills, and then the group training, the tonality and the role playing brings it all together. The nuances, right? You have to learn the ins and outs, right? So that's gotten you up to 25. Let's go into some tactical training, and well done. I mean,
I didn't know how important, for example, is your body language when you call people. I didn't realize how much is when you talk like this.
Yeah, when you're talking, a lot of people get on a call or get on Zoom and they're just like this. So tell me, Mr. Prospect, walk me through and like the tone is up, but even if I'm on the phone and they can't see me, if I'm like, okay, so walk me through your company's decision-making, what process, what that looks like when it comes to solving problems like this. And I'm like moving my arms. that affects my tonality.
Yes, I didn't realize before.
Yeah.
I didn't realize before how important it is. And when I started recording my calls, so I understand how is the huge difference between talking like that or explain something. It was amazing. It's small thing, but can change everything, you know?
It's just like, I tell people, like, selling is a game of inches. It's like over here in America, it's like baseball, right? It's like you can either be safe or out at first base, like a freaking centimeter, right? So with selling, you can either make the sale or not make the sale by one little word or one question you don't know how to ask that triggers them not to buy. And so when you don't have the right skills to work with human behavior, you're literally just throwing money out on the table every day that our clients are making, selling exactly what you are selling, right? All right, so let's give them some tactical training. All right, so before now, do you get, I don't know what you do. Do you get leads for insurance, or do you have to cold call?
I have the referrals incoming.
Okay, so,
because after 3 years, you have a lot of 1,000 customers. They call you, they give you referrals, they tell to friends and other people around them, like, oh, call Michael. He's good.
So you're calling referrals. Now, how did you used to call referrals before you learned NEPQ in the old days? What would you say? Do you remember?
I'm calling from this guy gave me the number, can you tell me, like, you're interested to buy maybe something insurance, something like that? So this was like actually sometimes I don't remember because I start to learn like NEPQ and I try to remove my old.
You try to remove the old stuff.
All right. But it was horrible. Like I sounded like a robot and without energy and sometimes too excited. So
all right. So let's talk about how have we taught you to call referrals now? Like how to connect with them that gets them to, first of all, eliminate sales pressure and triggers them to want to engage with you and actually open up and tell you what's going on.
And the people very often they call me and tell me, like, I get the number from XYZ and I tell them, do you know what you are looking for exactly? And most people, they don't know. And I start to asking situation questions. Which company do you have insurance? How long? What was the reason that you pick up this company? Do you have any accident? Oh, do you have an accident? How was going? Do you like? You don't like? And this is whole process I started to learn from NEPQ. And when you have the process, it's much easier to talk and try to not the push, but the people start thinking about things.
So your questions allow them to think, question their way of thinking that's allowed their situation to keep happening. That's really what NEPQ is, right? It opens them up. It's the same thing as what Jesus Christ did himself when he talked to his followers and the magnitudes. It's the same thing that Socrates did. That's where I got NEPQ from, was studying the writings of Jesus Christ and Socrates himself, okay? That's where it comes from. Okay, I mean, some people probably know that, my behavioral science background. So what's a good problem awareness question that we've taught you or that you've learned from the virtual training courses or the group training that really causes the prospect to want to open up to you and like tell you what their real problems are?
I started to asking people, do you like your insurance company you are using now?
Yeah, that's like a first problem awareness question. So the coverage that you have with XYZ, do you like the coverage you have?
Tonality.
Now notice how Michael asked that question. If he said it this way, so the insurance company you have now, do you like the insurance company you have now? Yeah, I like them. Because it's a knee-jerk question, the way he said it, and he gets a knee-jerk reaction. But if you've noticed what Michael was doing, where he was like almost like skeptical in a way, like, so you've been with the same company the last 5 years, you've had these accidents. Do you, besides the accidents where they didn't pay what they said they were, do you like the coverage you have with them?
People very often they tell you, I'm looking just cheaper insurance. Cheaper? What do you mean by cheaper? Let's pay less money. Okay, but other than money, do you like this company?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it. Oh, what don't you like it? And the people, they open, like this army, they open, they tell me the whole story.
Yeah.
And very often people sometimes call me and tell me like, oh, this company is cheaper, like $20 every month.
Yeah.
And I ask them, okay, but do you know how looks like the whole process if you have car accident, for example?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. What's happened if you going to Poland by car through Sweden and you have car accident? Then you will call, and they start thinking, oh my God, I didn't realize.
Yeah, so if you're willing to pay more because of that, right?
Yeah, so it's you people that try to negotiate, they play with you, but you just close the door for them.
So you get it. What you just did there with your questions is you've allowed them to start thinking results-based thinking over price-based thinking, right? Because you could say like, well, yeah, I mean, we could give you the same rate. It just depends on what type of coverage you want to have. Do you want to have like the cheapest of coverage, but when you do get in a car accident, you have to pay XYZ dollars? Or if you cross into Sweden and you have the car accident, you don't have any coverage? Or do you want like more of a normal policy where you pay a little bit more, but you're 100% protected? I mean, which one would you rather have?
Are you willing to settle for that?
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. It's like the face, people.
Yeah.
Prospect. Now I want to help them.
Yeah, exactly. Because what are the consequences if they don't purchase your, insurance coverage and they go with the cheaper competitor and then they have an accident? What are the consequences?
Yes, and I ask them, what is the consequences? They can cost you, probably might be money, stress, time.
Yeah.
Are you willing to settle for that?
Yeah. Is that the path? Do you want to go down that path?
Yeah. And people,
yeah, there you go. So let's talk. We're going to come back to consequence questions in a second because I'm going to have you give a good one here. But let's talk about solution awareness questions, because solution awareness questions allow them to see, because in our situation questions, it allows them to see what their current situation looks like. We call that the current state. Okay. Problem awareness, you're helping build a gap in their mind of all these problems that they didn't realize they had. Right? Maybe they thought they had a problem, like I need insurance coverage in your case. But by the time you take them through 10 or 15 minutes of questions, they're now realizing that the coverage they have, if something happens, like they're screwed, right? So now this gap is really big in their mind. And then solution awareness questions get them to focus on what their future is going to look like once all these problems are solved, right? We call that their objective state, okay? So what's one good solution awareness question you've learned that we've taught you, and what type of impact does that have on the prospect when you ask it?
I used to ask them, like, before we talked each other, were you out looking for a new insurance provider, or what you are doing to help improve your situation?
Yeah.
And people just, what? What is this guy talking about? And that they start to thinking again.
Yeah.
What types, for example, if they try, because a lot of people try to fishing the price. This is why solution awareness is so important, because you can find, like, maybe they just fishing the price and maybe they want to find the best solution for them. And if you ask solution awareness, they start to think much more deeper. I didn't understand a long time, but you explain me very easy. One of the calls, like, you show them the future.
Yeah.
And you take out.
Yeah. So let's talk about consequence questions, right? So you help them see what the future is going to look like once the problems are solved. You don't tell them, because that's going to go in one ear out the other. You ask them the right questions that allow them to tell themselves, right? And they tell you and themselves how their life's going to be different, or how their business is going to be different, or whoever you're selling to, B2B or B2C. But consequence questions, we want to rip that future out of their way, where they have to defend themselves on why they need to change now. And that doesn't matter if you're selling B2B, complex sound environment, or if you're selling B2C like Michael is. Okay, it's the same. Consequence questions, we tweak them a little bit different depending on what you sell. What's one good consequence question we've taught you to ask?
And you learn me, like, ask more specific question in my industry, like, what's happened if nothing changes and you drive through the Poland, Sweden, have car accident, and you didn't get the right help, what's happened then?
Yeah.
And people just thinking about when they travel, accident, what I should do.
Yeah, they're visualizing that in their
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
Okay, but what if you don't do anything about this, though? You drive over to Sweden, you get into a car accident, because none of us know when it's going to happen. It's just if, it's just when. What happens to then if you don't have the right coverage?
Yeah.
See, that gets them to view them driving over to Sweden,
Yeah.
car accident, and oh crap, now we don't have the coverage. Your question visually visually in their mind, they're going through that process and how that would make them feel.
And I very often tell them, like, it doesn't matter you get insurance in my company or not. It doesn't affect me. But remember, it doesn't matter what's happened, that can affect on you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not, it has no impact on me if you don't get the insurance. Like I'm not the one in the accident. No. If you don't have the right coverage, and when you have the accident, who does it have an impact on? What has it on me? Well, do you want to change that?
You told me this exactly to me. That is impacting me, guy. If you want to be better and more money, it's up to you, my friend. So I know these skills. Remember you told me, oh my God, I have to learn this.
It has no impact on me if you don't learn the advanced sales skills. We already know them. It only has an impact on who?
Me. And you smashed in my face, and I thought to myself, oh, I have to learn these skills.
Oh, there you go. You're welcome. I'm glad we're making you an extra 20 grand a month in commissions now. You're welcome, my friend. All right.
I owe you the dinner. Remember when I coming to US?
Yes, you owe me dinner when you come to the US, and when I come over to Poland or Scandinavia, we got to meet up for sure. I'll be in Poland probably August this summer.
Oh, we can meet each other.
Unless the war's still going on with Russia and Ukraine. I don't know what's going on. We'll see.
The Polish people, they're crazy,
Yeah, I know. All right. All right. So one last thing before we end. Because I know you've got meetings and stuff. Commitment questions. So we don't have time to go through your presentation and all that stuff right now, but we've taught you all that. But commitment questions. What's one good commitment question we've taught you to ask, and how did they react to it?
And I used to ask them, this is what are you looking for? This is what you're looking for, actually. This is the solution for you. Can you tell me this is that what you're looking for? And people very often tell me, yeah, this is what I'm. Why though? And I go even deeper.
You probe.
Yeah, probe. Yeah. And because of that or that, but you don't need to switch to my company. No. I want this. They tell themselves. This is like magic for me, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I tried before to close people, close. But now they tell me like, oh, why they should switch to my company.
Is that a better feeling when their prospects are telling you why they need to switch to you rather than you trying to?
No. I want this. Okay. I know this is the game over,
Yeah, I mean, why do this now? Like, why not push it down the road? Like, that some people would.
Yeah. So, and this is NEPQ changed my life because it was so easy, and I still learn every day. I'm not an expert like you, but maybe one day.
You're getting there. You're getting there, brother. You're getting there.
But I understand, like, sometimes if you are very good and you, for example, have 70% close ratio, but to learn more skills, maybe you can have 80%. It's one person.
Yeah.
Very often I talk to my wife, if I don't have this NEPQ 3.0, I couldn't help this customer. But because of the skills, if you have one person just every week, every year, you have like 57 or 6 or 5 extra people and extra money.
Yeah, no, I mean, because of your selling ability, you're able to help way more people solve their problems and get what they want. As a sales professional, guys, and this is for everybody, if you don't have the right skill sets, if you don't develop the right skills that work with human behavior, not only are you not making the money you could be, like our clients are making, that sell exactly what you are, but you're not able to help your prospects. And when you're not able to help your prospects because you couldn't sell to them, they stay in the status quo. Their problems stay the same and nothing ever changes. Now, whose responsibility is that to help them see that? It's ours as the sales professional, not the prospect. Stop blaming the prospect and look at yourself and say, why did I lose that sale? Like, what did I say or what did I not ask that triggered sales resistance where they ran the other way? And once you learn the skills, you can change that and help 10 times more people than you are now. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
Remember, ego is not your amigo. Even if you are number one, you can still learn every day.
Yeah. Well, that's what I always say. I always say that low six-figure salespeople have high egos. They think they know everything about selling because they're making 100, 150 grand a year. And I'm like, you can stay there if you want, but we can teach you how to double or triple that selling exactly the same thing.
Yeah. And you are, and then prospects, they are disarming, always be disarming. No ABC.
Yeah.
ABD. So this is something new.
You old like the trademark that we have now. Always be the ABDs of selling. We skip the C's.
Yeah, it's this is life changing because this is not just in sale, but you can use in your private life.
Yeah.
Ask deeper questions, probing.
Yeah.
Ask constant questions, solution awareness, situate the whole process. You can talk with the people. They don't realize that you have the process because it's so natural.
Yeah, it's a natural conversation, but a very skilled and structured conversation that we've taught with NEPQ. Now, any last words of advice for anybody listening today that might be new to sales or might even be a veteran of sales?
I know sometimes people, they're thinking about, okay, Jeremy, he's bragging, he tried to sell. Guys, if you want to be the best in what are you doing now, go to the NEPQ 3.0 or at least 2.0 because this is the beginning. This guy used over 20 years to learn human behavior. And I gave him a chance and he gave me back a lot of, not just money, but this is something what I have inside, like the peace inside. And I know what I'm doing now. So if you have the chance, go to NEPQ and learn from Jeremy. This guy, he's knowing what he's talking about. This is amazing for me because I tried old guys like Cardone, Brian Tracy. I love these guys.
Yeah.
But Jeremy, first of all, he's younger. So he understands nowadays how the world works. Because of this, the world changed everything.
Yeah.
You have connection with your phone. So if you want to learn the right skills, I want to tell all the people they thinking about maybe investing in NEPQ or not, do it now, because I was humble enough to invest money, but after first month I gave all money back, and now going better and better, and confidence.
You're too kind. But it's true, man. Your numbers are big. And like I said, we got to figure out how to get you to over here in the United States to sell insurance, because with the comp plans over here, you'd be making double for selling the same thing. I know you don't like to hear that, but we got.
You never know, Jeremy. You never know. Today I'm here, but tomorrow, why not?
There you go, brother. All right. Thanks for being on, man. If you're an individual salesperson or a coach or a consultant, or if you're a sales manager or a sales executive or a leader in a sales organization, C-level leader, or you're a business owner and you want your teams to sell a lot more of your products and services than you are now, like Michael and thousands of our clients are doing right now in your industry that you are selling in now, we are probably training a company or several companies or salespeople in your industry that are outproducing you and your teams 5-1. Okay. These skills are going all over the place. It is only a matter of time to I guarantee everybody on here, we're already training your industries. Okay. I want you to imagine let's say you're in Michael's industry and you go against Michael trying to win an account with his NEPQ skills compared to old model skills. Who do you think is going to make that sale?
I remember when you told me, like 3 months with me and you have no competition. Yeah. And I remember when my sales director asked me, Michael, how about your competition? And I asked him, which one?
Yeah, you don't have competitors now. Nobody has to go out and get more quotes when you learn NEPQ.
Exactly.
I love it, man. And hey, if you've not joined our free Facebook group, join the free Facebook group. Like, hey, come on in and at least get some hors d'oeuvres right now. So you can go to Sales Revolution. We're going to post the group. Join there. If you don't have it, it's salesrevolution.group. So go to salesrevolution.group. You can join that for free. We go live in there about 3 to 4 times a week with different trainings, different Q&As, different interviews like this. We do an interview 1 or 2 at least a week, plus different trainings every week. So join the Facebook group. If you're on YouTube and we haven't posted that, go to www.salesrevolution.group, salesrevolution.group. Love to all, Michael. We'll see you soon. Let me know if you need anything. We'll see you on the training calls. Thanks, Michael, for being on. You're the man.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed these, here's another you can watch right over here. Join our free Sales Revolution group. Click the link below, join us, and we're gonna help you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you real soon.